So in our last class, we were discussing that there is no need of any extraordinary qualification to preach this auspicious knowledge of Krishna consciousness. You just simply have to hear nicely and you have to repeat it. That's it. All right. Moving forward now. Once Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you must at least have enough sense to test to find out who is a spiritual master and who is not. For instance, if we want to purchase something, we must at least have some idea of what that thing is. Otherwise, we will be cheated. If we want to purchase a mango from the market, we must at least know what type of food a mango is and what it looks like. Similarly, we must have some preliminary knowledge of the qualifications for a bona fide spiritual master. So this is very much like it is cleared, whatever we have read just right now, that just like if we go to a market to purchase something, so we should have at least some idea about that particular thing which we wish to purchase. That what kind of that particular thing is, what are its functions and uses. So we should at least know about this thing, what it looks like. Just like here Prabhupada ji has given example of mango. So suppose we have heard from somewhere that mango is the king of fruit. It is so sweet. So any person, he might have heard this and he will go to the market and now he might not remember the name of mango, that particular fruit. So he will tell the shopkeeper that I want a fruit which is very sweet. Now all the fruits are sweet. So instead of mango, that shopkeeper will end up giving him lychee. Or, okay, for example, if that particular shopkeeper, he is understanding that this particular person does not know that how does mango looks like. He might be understanding that that particular person is asking for mango fruit. But then also, he's understanding that he's fool number one. He's not understanding that what mango looks like. So I can befool him. So instead of mango, he will give him any other fruit and he will ask him to for the price of mango only. Mango is little expensive as compared to other fruits. So this way, whatever particular person is going to purchase, he should at least have some idea about that particular thing. Similarly, the knowledge which we wish to take, spiritual knowledge. So we should have some preliminary knowledge of the qualifications for a bona fide spiritual master. What are its qualifications? What are his qualifications? A bona fide spiritual master, that he will tell the exact things which Krishna is saying. He will not interpret things. If Krishna is saying Mad Mana Bhav Mad Bhakto Madhya Jimam Namaskuru, you come and take my shelter, you become devotee of mine, you pay obeisances to me. So spiritual master will tell like this only, that you pay obeisances to Krishna, you become devotee of Krishna. So qualification for a bona fide spiritual master is that he will tell things as it is. Bhagavad Gita itself gives some information about the succession of spiritual masters. Now often people doubt that how come Bhagavad Gita of Srila Prabhupada ji is only the original Bhagavad Gita, which is as it is. One person was asking me this, that how come only Bhagavad Gita of Srila Prabhupada as it is. So here Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita gives some information about the succession of spiritual master. That how this disciplic succession is coming directly from Krishna. Lord Sri Krishna says, we'll try to recite the slokas. Imam vivasvate yogam proktavan havavyayam vivasvan manve praha manu rikshvakuve bravet. Imam vivasvate yogam proktavan havavyayam vivasvan manve praha manu rikshvakave bravet. There are 3 shlokas in continuation. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshyo viduhu sakalenah mahata yoge nashtah parantapa. Evam parampara praptamimam rajarshyo vidhu sakalenah mahata yoge nashtah parantapa. Once more. Evam parampara praptamimam rajashyo viduhu sakalenah mahata yoge nashtah parantapa. स एवायं मया तेद्य योगः प्रोक्तः पुरातनः भक्तोऽसि मे सखा चेति रहस्यं ये तुदुत्तमम् स एवायं मया तेद्य योगः प्रोक्तः पुरातनः भक्तोऽसि मे सखा चेति रहस्यं ये तुदुत्तमम्. I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivasvan. And Vivasvan instructed it to Manu, to the father of mankind. And Manu in turn instructed it to Ikshvaku. This supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession. So most of the people, they are not aware of this thing, that the very first, like Lord Krishna, very first gave this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to sun god Surya Dev. So the supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. This is really amazing thing. In the shloka, it is mentioned Imam Rajarshayo Viduhu. What does that mean? That this knowledge is actually for the kings, the saintly kings. And we are so blessed that this auspicious knowledge is coming to us. So this is really not ordinary thing, that we are actually grabbing the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. We need to hear this every single day. Otherwise, we keep on taking things for granted. The knowledge which we are getting is profound. It's not frivolous. It was given to saintly kings. Anyone king here or queen? But still it's coming to us. And Krishna is giving us that intelligence to understand this knowledge as it is, without any interpretation. This you will understand when you will start preaching, that how people interpret. It is very much difficult for them to understand this knowledge as it is. Very difficult. They just always want to speculate, always want to change. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it is appears to be lost. And that's why again Sri Krishna gave this knowledge to Arjuna. That very, very ancient science of the relationship with the Supreme is today told by me. Me means Krishna and not me or you. To you means to Arjuna, because you are my devotee as well as my friend. So can you just see this when Krishna is saying that the relationship with the Supreme is today told by me to you because you are my devotee. This is actually Krishna saying to us. Is it not? Krishna is saying, if Krishna would have been in front of you, so Krishna might say like this, that this knowledge to understand our relationship, to understand what is your relationship with Supreme Personality, means Krishna. Krishna is giving this knowledge to us because you are my devotee. Very interesting thing Prabhuji was saying, that until and unless anyone will not become devotee of Krishna, become devotee means he will not take shelter of Krishna. He will, until and unless he will not accept Krishna as Supreme Personality, it is impossible for him to understand this science, this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. It is impossible. So, because you are my devotee as well as my friend, therefore you can understand the transcendental mystery of this science. Bhagavad Gita 4.1 to 3. That original spiritual disciplic succession was broken, but now we can receive the same message by studying Bhagavad Gita. So, whatever knowledge Krishna gave to Sun God, now same as it is knowledge Krishna gave to Arjuna. Isn't this very difficult? You see now, whatever we hear, we can't repeat exact same to same words. Of course, meaning will be same, but exact same to same, pin to pin words. We will not be able to repeat it until and unless we will note it down, same to same as it is. But Krishna, see the opulence of Krishna. Whatever Krishna told to Sun God, Krishna again gave this knowledge to Arjuna as it is. As it is. Exact. Bilkul exact. Yes. So, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks to Arjuna just as in a far distant time. He spoke to the sun god. If we accept the words of Arjuna and Krishna, it may be possible for us to understand Bhagavad Gita. So, accept means accepting as it is. But if we want to interpret it in our own way, the results will be nonsensical. The best way to understand Bhagavad Gita is to accept a bona fide spiritual master. This is not very difficult, but it is very difficult for many people. At least for some people which I have met too. They say, uh, that particular person was saying, I can't worship man. I can't worship a man. So when he told me this thing, I was kind of confused. I can't worship man. Who is asking you to worship a man? So I understood that. Means I was understanding that I was just shocked that is he is he assuming Krishna as a human being? That's why he's saying like this, that I can't worship a human being. But no, he meant that I can't worship any guru, any spiritual master. So it is impossible for anyone to understand Krishna until and unless he will not accept a spiritual master. This is very amazing thing. He was hearing, he was reading books of Prabhupada and he was also following the instructions. But then also he was saying that I can't worship human being. I can't accept Guru. So this is something contradictory. Although he was following all the instructions, but then also he was saying, I can't accept Guru. I can't accept spiritual master. So people, they just say anything. So this is not very difficult. Actually, if you will not accept a guru, then it will be very difficult for you to understand Krishna, to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is. Because even after reading Bhagavad Gita by ourselves, we don't understand things as it is. Even though many things which have been told in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling all those things straightforwardly, many things. Krishna is saying, Krishna is telling straightforwardly that everything is coming from me. I am the source of everyone. All living beings are my fragmental part. Krishna is saying this straightforwardly. But then also, even after reading it, people don't understand it as it is. So this will be actually very difficult for us to understand Bhagavad Gita if we will not accept spiritual master. So accepting a bona fide spiritual master is not very difficult. And one more thing, if you really want to understand Bhagavad Gita, if you really have a desire in your heart to understand Krishna, to understand Bhagavad Gita, then Krishna himself arranges association of devotees for you, or Krishna will give you a spiritual master. So this is quite amazing thing which one should understand, that one cannot understand Krishna until and unless he will not accept a bona fide spiritual master. You see now, whatever Prabhuji teaches us, so it becomes very easy for us to understand things. Is it not? Otherwise, we haven't even thought that we might be understanding Srimad Bhagavatam like this. So Krishna is residing in our hearts. Krishna perceives our desires. That are we really desiring? Are we really desiring to progress in our lives? Are we really desiring to serve Krishna? If it is so, then Krishna arranges things automatically. And you can yourself see this thing. All right. Arjuna says that he accepts all that Krishna has said to him because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, this is also very interesting thing that earlier Arjuna was troubling so much. He was in so much of anxiety. But later, when he heard Krishna and when he understood that Krishna is the ultimate, um, ultimate premaspad of jivas. So definitely, if I will accept the words of Krishna as it is, if I will follow the words of Krishna as it is, then I will free from all the anxieties. So this is the very amazing quality of a person who is accepting things as it is. This is really not ordinary thing, and we really need to hear this every single day. This is really an amazing quality of anyone who is accepting things as it is. Let's try to recite this shloka now. Oh, Okay, we'll stop now. Lights, no lights. We will continue discussing this shloka in our next class. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.